One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Baylor Bears, taking on a team from the SEC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So Baylor's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And Jesse, in this age of transfers, quarterbacks are the hottest commodities. We've seen this guy, but now different uniform, different surroundings. It's his job to get everybody going in the same direction.
Well, he just has to take command of this offense early. And listen, we've seen in recent years transfer quarterbacks have success right away. Think about Will Howard winning a national championship at Ohio State, Dylan Gabriel over at Oregon, Cam Ward.
It's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security.
Breaks into the open. Still on his feet. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Bears, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Let's talk for a second about Baylor. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at.
Tons of room in the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bears! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, we got to be able to hit on them, and you saw one right there that time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
So NC State's offense will go to work for the first time. This guy has all of the battle scars. He's got all of the trust of this team, David, as he has been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, and we've seen him. He's been very productive. He's proven his worth in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And now he's got to show them what he's about. Great opportunity to start it off. Can he be the guy? Can he be the catalyst that takes this team to the next level?
He really is a guy you root for, too, I think, because he's waited his turn. He's found the right opportunity in the right situation.
Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And all the visions and all the great things you anticipated happening for this fella, like in the first carry you put it on the deck, like that is a frustrating start, man. What a momentum swing in this game, too. Early fumble, early turnover to get this thing rolling.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Punch it out of the air. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Minnesota delivered a statement victory that's going to be celebrated in Minneapolis for some time. And And if this team's not careful, it could become a football school again like it was back in the 1930s and 40s. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving. Keeping the eyes downfield. Pulls it in on the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Flips it out on the screen. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. NC State going up tempo.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Rides the back on the option, the give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Touchdown, North Carolina State! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. These guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out, they'll get you a touchdown. That's a great drive by the offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. These teams putting up some early points, and now they have it back up 10-7. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Red pass, it's complete. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, they had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing...
Oh, he's got some speed. Just keeps moving. The 40. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Baylor! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're quickly in a 10-point hole, trailing 17-7 and needing to put together a drive. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking to throw on first down. The Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. It's a fumble. And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And the Bears decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Now improvising. He's going to take off. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Handoff from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking for a huge play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger.
There he goes. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do.
And he's loose, and he'll
that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This sophomore behind center has been surgical in his performance. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Hauls it in. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field.
Running free. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. He's now up to 71 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Caught behind the line. It's Davis. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The screen game is such a big part of this offense. A nice job by the quarterback holding on to it until the last possible second, and the O-line getting downfield, picking up their blocks. They make it about as easy as they can for this running back to find the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Going downfield for the big play. Reels it in down the left side. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk, have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing...
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Smashes through the tackle. Oh, there's an alley on the left. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. his man in the middle.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The play action fake. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. The Bears will boot it away to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special in cement.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Oh, what a cut! Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. The give to Davis. Can't get him to the ground.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
How about that catch and toe tap to get the first down? The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Gives it on the option. Runs through a tackle. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to swing it on second down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! Fitted in the window for the score. Here comes the two-point try. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Rolling right and going deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Makes a connection. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Got enough for the first down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. On target to the left. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Finds his big tight end. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Bears getting set on first and 10. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Leaves it with the back. And he puts it on the deck again. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make it.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. He wants to throw it. Got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
NC State quick to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
It's on target and complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally with the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the Bears now can really generate some momentum if they turn that turnover into points. Rides to back and leaves it. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Plows through the defense. Oh, he's got some space. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. And the Bears just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Shakes off the defender. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Bears kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away. By going down inbounds, you're doing exactly that.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor!
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. NC State has work to do to convert this third down. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. That's a fumble on the play. They recovered their own fumble, but they'll still have to give up the football. A turnover on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The give to the back. Got enough space. Touchdown, Bears! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
NC State, 28.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. It'll be a draw. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Bitterly disappointing start to the season as they can't come up with the W.